Alrighty, way to get up and at 'em. This is a mobility class from Wednesday, May 14th, and this is just a section of class. We already did our hip cars, our spine cars, shoulders and arms, knees and ankle cars. So if you are not feeling warm and ready for some calf and hip work, I would do some cars and then come back to me. But we're getting ready for pails and rails in a stretched position for the plantar fascia and everything all around and up and down the legs. So you can roll your mat up and put your heels on the mat and the toes on the rolled up part and just start by stretching. From here, we're gonna hold and breathe. That's why I'm telling stories. We're talking about my mom and my sister. It's a commotion, it's fun, we're laughing. I wish you could hear the joy. But after the stretch, once I get my family in order, we start by doing pails. So pails is progressive angular isometric loading. It's a isometric stretch with effort ramping, and so when you start pushing down, it's going to be using the back of your legs. So you're going to start pushing your toes into the mat. Feel that and start to think about what muscles you're using to make that happen. Stay calm and gently push, and then you're going to switch that. You're going to try to lift your toes up, but they shouldn't actually lift. If you need to roll your mat up more, do that, but you want to be at your end range, and then we alternate. You're going to start to push down with your toes, breathe. You can kind of see us shift forward a little bit, and then lift up in your toes, pressing your heels down. Feel the muscles that engage there. Big breath in, push down. You can think about the inside of the arches and the inside of the heels pushing down, and then lift back and up. Try to feel everything in the front of the hips pull up. You engage your core, try to get taller through your spine, and then we're going to keep going, pushing down. Can we turn the volume up a little bit more and whatever you're feeling? Squeeze a little deeper and then lift up. Think about this as an exercise for your spine, your toes, the whole body. And then this next time we're going to start to push down with the toes so much you lift your heels all the way up into your calves, and then we stretch eccentrically on the way down. So we have kinetic stretching all the way up, up, up. Squeeze the calves and then resist as you lower. You're stretching the calves. You can always keep things slow. Make sure your ankles don't roll outward. Try to work through the insteps and the arches of the feet. You're going to find your tempo. We'll pick it up here a notch, but you're going to be listening to your body, your calves, your ankles, and figuring out what position of your heels and your toes, your knees and your hips, all from your abs. It's just a little to think about. All of that's engaging to help you lift and lower your heels. Keep the breath. See if you can start to take these little tiny pumps. We're going just below and above the mat, just above and below the toes. 10, 9, last 8, last 7. I'm making fun of my sister chewing her gum really intensely. So close. It's 4, 3, 2, and 1. You made it. Take a calf stretch. One leg sits back. Either one. And we recover because that was intense. And so it should feel good. Whatever you're doing here is to release the calves. Take a couple really soothing big breaths in and out. Switch legs. Here I decided to smile at the camera, and I was like, I guess I'm promoting myself. I broke the fourth wall, and I don't know how I feel about it. I'll probably be more intentional next time. So when you extend your legs and do calf raises, you're targeting the gastrocnemius based off of where the top of the calf muscle, it's that little butt muscle at the top of your calves, connects to the knee. And then when you bend your knees, you get more of the soleus, which is the lower calf muscle down towards the Achilles and the heel. So bending the knees, now we're going into soleus calf raises. You're going to try to keep your middle of the foot and the knee in line, lifting the heels, stretching the big toe. We want to make the big toe durable, and it does a lot for us. Okay, you can take it. So see how high you can stretch. Squeeze your glutes, try to keep your pelvis neutral. And think about this as another core exercise. We're stabilizing the spine, hold this high, press your toes down, try to find some of the muscles that we discovered in the pails and rails. Maybe you want to try balancing, lift your chest, and then stretch it out. Another one for the books. This time we're stretching with some bent knees. You can stretch and alternate. Flipping the mat around for a squat series. So listening to the joints in a squat is imperative, and making sure that your range of movement makes sense for you. Using a chair or maybe something sturdier if you know you need more support. The heels go on the rolled up part of the mat, the toes go down on the floor. I like the feet almost a little bit outside of the shoulders. To be a little outside the shoulders with the toes a little turned out, but you pick the alignment for your legs that feels the best for you and fuss around with it and make it work. We're starting to bend and stretch the knees. Forward with the knees, a squat brings the knees forward, and we're trying to go straight down an elevator shaft. You'll see I'll incline my chest a little bit, but the goal with the heel elevation is to aid your ankle flexion to give you a little bit more of an upright posture than your typical squat with feet flat. Using the chair as much as you can to stay upright, gliding your knees forward, picking your range of movement. It can be slower, you can hold still. Think about how your glutes support your knees. Sometimes reminding the glutes to help your knees can be helpful. Holding low can be an option. Holding midway is an option. If you hold low, just lift 1 inch. You saw us bump it up a little bit. That's when things engage. We're not sitting into it. We're just an inch above our lowest for as long as we can tolerate it, and then slowly stand up. Then you get to kick your mat out, which feels really good. Grabbing a foot for a quad stretch. I recommend bending the standing leg, driving the pelvis forward, and trying to pull the knee backwards, and try to pull the ribs in here too. It's not a big back bend, and the standing leg bends to release the pelvis to a forward position. Other side. As I'm watching this and talking, I'm like, I just entered a trance. I was like, wait, am I teaching? Where am I? Who am I? Outside the computer, or am I Adam inside the computer? We're gonna do pails and rails with a foot on the chair. This could be any surface. It could be much higher. It could be much lower. We're gonna start in a hamstring stretch. So same as the quad stretch, we're bending the bottom leg once we get in here so that we can release the pelvis to a tilted position forward. So if your pelvis was a bowl of water, you're trying to tilt the bowl of water forward and pour the water in front of you. The tailbone's reaching back. Try to square the hips. The front knee can absolutely bend. It just changes where you feel the stretch. It'll be more towards the back of the knee. With the extended knee, it's more towards the bottom of the hip. So pick your favorite and then hold still. Try to keep the position with a long spine, like you're trying to tuck your toes under your chin and reach your chin beyond your toes. Start pushing the heel down. I snuck it up on your pails. We're going. We're gonna start gently at first, pushing the heel into the chair. And then we're gonna do rails. Try to lift the foot off the chair. It's not gonna lift, but you're gonna try. Breathe, keep the spine long, and then push down. It's like you're trying to make a dent in the surface your heel is on, using the muscles in the back of the legs. Anywhere you feel is correct. Try to lift up. Lengthen your spine, toes lifted up. Try to lift the foot off. If your foot lifts, you wanna lean more forward with a long spine so it doesn't lift. It should not lift. Try again, push down. Safely ramping up the effort. Can you handle a little bit more push? And then breathe, lift your leg up. Try to lean forward more. You're chasing your leg is chasing you, your spine is long. And then we push down. Push, 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 breathe. Keep alternating the pails and rails on your own timing. A couple of big breaths in each position, pushing down and lifting up. We're coming up to a really big optional moment. You can always keep your leg on the chair and try to just keep lifting it. We're gonna do rails, lift your leg, try to lift, engaging your core, get ready for a lift off. So stay in the stretch, stay where you are as much as you can. Whenever you're ready, we're going to lean back and lift your foot off the chair in 4, 3, 2, 1. You just get out of there safely, find an exit. And other side. Start to settle yourself into the stretch, calming the nervous system down all over again. We have to get down to the valley before we go up to the peak. Find the same alignment. You want to start with a lifted chest, tall spine, and then tilt the pelvis forward, reaching the tailbone like you're fanning your tail feathers out, so to speak. You want to measure the stretch from the spine, so if you're rounding your back too much, it's a compensation. So using the chair to stay wherever your spine needs to be to feel the stretch. Think about choosing whether it needs to be a bent leg or a stretched leg on this side and really commit to one or the other. Pull the toes up towards the ceiling, and then we're going to start the pails. We're going to push the heel down, feel the back of the leg, squeeze muscles, feel some feelings, and then we're going to lift. Rails, regressive side is the top side. You're trying to pull your foot off the bench or this step, chair, what have you, but it shouldn't lift off, and then push down. Keep alternating. We're doing a really good job in this class of keeping our spine still, so it's really hard to tell if we're lifting or pressing down. Alternate the lift. Think 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then push down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up. It's the idea of a lift up. Breathe into it, push down. Check your spine, check your posture, check your breath. Lift up. Try a little more volume in the top of the leg as you're lifting. Pull the kneecap into the quad. Push down. Can the glute be active like you're kicking a soccer ball backwards through your heel, through the chair? Get ready to pick your leg up. Take a couple big breaths. Can you lengthen your spine? Here we go. It's happening. We're lifting up. Can your kneecap get more towards your hip? Can you flex the heel out more? Tall spine. Only an option to balance. 4, 3, 2, 1, and ta-da. Ta-da. Great job. You're amazing. You're perfect. You did it. And that's all I'm gonna give you. I think you should come take class. It's every Wednesday morning at my Cellar wine bar, 9:30 a.m. And I can't wait to have you. So I hope to see you then. Bye-bye. Way to get up and at 'em.